David, tell me, how did you become a thought leader in initial coin offerings?
Well, my family office was trying to get together with other family offices in 2011. That was re-election in the Congress and in the Senate. Lo and behold, we invested in a conference business called the Soho Loft. And we ended up doing 10 conference events almost monthly in finance. Lo and behold, within 9 months, it turned into the Jobs Act in March 8, 2012. And suddenly my investment is having conversation with subcongressional witnesses every week talking about the new law. So we ended up creating a crowdfunding association. I had the privilege to be part of the first meeting in history for that association with SEC April 20th, 2012. And then we started working with them every single week for 4 years until Mrs. White, the SEC chairman, passed the law into effect. So I ended up finding out, understanding what SEC and FINRA needed to do, wanted to accomplish. We worked with them, guided them, and we had a long history in understanding the new laws of Jobs Act, which are Reg A, Reg D56C, and the crowdfunding law that is existing today. Now in ICO this summer, as I went back to my family office business of real estate and hedge funds, people started asking me, David, you've been working on these laws for 7 years. The audience just expanded. The audience now the whole globe. And they want to come to the US through ICOs and initial coin offerings to raise money. Well, the same law applies. So every time there's more regulation, that's good for us because we keep telling people you have to be compliant, you have to have a lawyer. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I've had a long history writing for Wall Street Journal, Forbes, and Huffington Post about this law the last 7 years. So it's been a pleasure helping these companies to understand and navigate how to structure their businesses, where to incorporate, how to run the business, who to hire, why not to hire, what is everybody else doing? So I'm involved with over 12 ICOs today, and it's fascinating to be able to talk to the lawyers, know the questions, talk to their PR groups and their marketing groups, and guide them through this process. So I'm loving it.
Tell me about the cryptocurrency and how did you become a leader and interested in that globally?
The cryptocurrency space, came to me over this last summer because I've been involved with the compliance of the different laws underlying the Jobs Act. And all of these companies around the world want to raise capital or sell tokens in the US. They have to stick to the law that we've been writing about and lobbying for 7 years. So I had the luxury of working with companies like Opskin and Wax and Freevee and Primex and a dozen other companies who are doing really well, having raised 10 to 50 to $100 million in a very short time. So I've been very lucky to be on the board for them while they're doing these amazing fundraising. And the reason it goes so fast is because you're using a little wallet on your phone and you can send $100,000 in 3 seconds. You don't have to go to the bank. It's electronic. It's immutable technology allowing you to send something like cash instantly. That's why the banks and the financial institutions love it. It's really forensic accounting software to show where things came from and showing that it's unique and validated. So it's been quite a show. Loving it.
Tell me about you, your background, what led you to what you're doing now?
Well, I grew up in Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden. My mom, my dad, and my sister lived there. And I came over here on scholarships 25 years ago. And I was a great student. I got hundreds and thousands of dollars in scholarship to study undergrad and grad school at AUGW. And then I made my fortune in real estate on Wall Street by myself. Set up my family office the last 15 years. And by doing so, started focusing on venture capital, real estate, direct investments, and hedge funds, credit hedge funds specifically. And this last couple of years, that VC division investments that we made, maybe 80 investments, are now focused on cryptocurrency and initial coin offerings because it changes the whole venture capital world around. It allows you to get the capital first and then build and launch your business. And you also get a whole globe of individuals who can give you capital quickly online. So it's been a marvelous time for my family office and the family offices we work with. We have a few hundred family offices we work with. Now, financial media has always been interesting to my family office because we always want to be able to reach people. So being here at NASDAQ is great for us to be able to get the exposure. But we also invest in online publication in finance. And one of those is Family Office Magazine that's going to reach 45,000 families office professionals globally in 26 cities end of 2017. And I'm excited because I end up being the chief editor and I'm an owner of the magazine. been working on it for 4 years, but there's 9,000 family offices in that database. So now we have a way of communicating with them, and it's always been difficult to reach a family office because we're very protective. A lot of people are chasing our attention, trying to get our attention, and we want to be sort of secluded.
What kind of investments are you looking for when you choose these companies to be an advisor to their boards?
My family office, myself, and I like being on the board advisory because I can add a lot of value, and the board advisor usually doesn't put in that many hours. So I like to be a board advisor to do the due diligence, and I also like to find the right companies and see the chemistry of the team so I can make a decision if I want to invest myself, invest with other family offices, or invest with hedge funds and cryptocurrency hedge funds that we work with globally. We've got over 100 hedge fund traders around the world that we talk and we communicate, from Hong Kong to London to Paris to Chicago to Stockholm, Dubai, and we look at deals together. And often we'll make a move or investment because we get verification from others that it's a good idea. And then it might sometimes become a snowball effect, and a lot of money comes in really quickly.